Tacho, boy of Mexico. Tacho, boy of Mexico. Wow. Here's Mexico. Tacho's home is right there.
Great.
Where Tacho lives. Tacho lives with his parents, brother, and two sisters in the southwestern region of Mexico. Their home is in a small village far from the city. Tacho spends most of his day outdoors, for the Mexico is a warm and sunny land. During the day, the sun is hot, and he wears a sombrero to shade himself from it. A sombrero is a hat with a very wide brim.
Yeah.
That's called...
Just like that. Yes.
That's a sombrero. Every morning, Tacho goes to look for his burro, a panchito. In his region of Mexico, burros and horses are used to carry people to neighboring villages to help with work. Tacho's job is to drain the juice from the maguey plant, which grows in Mexico. This juice has been drunk by the Mexicans for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Ooh. In order to do this work, Tacho needs a burro to carry wooden barrels. These barrels will hold the juice from the maguey plant.
Yeah, maguey plant is a kind of agave plant. Yeah.
It is not easy for Tacho to put them on Panchito's back. Although the barrels are empty, they are still heavy to lift.
Yeah.
Whoa. He uses a lot of strength there. After Tacho places both barrels on the burro, his brother Philip comes to lift him on Panchito. Tacho is not very tall and has a hard time getting on the burro by himself. The boys were wearing trousers and striped shirts made of cotton. Since it is warm here, there is no need for heavy clothing. Instead, Tacho and Philip wear cotton clothes that are lightweight and cool.
Yes.
Tacho is now ready to get on the... Go to the maguey plantation located outside of the village.
Wow. Look, he is going.
Yeah. On his burro.
Wow.
As he rides there, he remembers his father's story about how the Aztec Indians thought the juice of a maguey plant was
Sacred.
Sacred
is very good. Holy.
The Aztecs, who lived in Mexico hundreds of years before the arrival of Spanish explorers, would offer it to one of their gods. They would take a cup of juice and spill it around the edges of a fire. In doing that, the Aztecs felt they were giving a gift to their god of fire.
Yeah. A holy juice.
Nice. Whoa!
Whoa, look at those plants.
They look so spiky. When Tacho arrives at the plantation, he sees the leaves of maguey rising in graceful curves that end in sharp points. Tacho can tell the plants are now fully grown. The long leaves of the maguey are becoming yellow, and their edges are beginning to turn toward the inside.
So that's why he knows that they are now fully grown.
And it's time to pick out the juice. Tacho stops his burrow and gets off in front of one of the plants. He looks into the plant's center, which is hidden among its leaves. Yesterday, Tacho cut into this center with a long knife called a
Machete.
machete and carved a hole. This is where the plant's juice gathers. Now, by bending over the plant, he can see the juice. Its color is a milk white.
Oh.
Ooh. Since the hole is full,
Filled.
Since the hole is filled, Tacho takes his aquacoat and starts to suck the juice out. An aquacoat is a long gourd. Tacho has made a hole in each end of it. Then by sucking at one end, Tacho is able to draw the juice into the aquacoat at its other end.
Oh, okay. Look, he is doing that.
Whoa!
Yeah.
When the aquacoat is filled, Tacho closes the opening with his finger. In this way, he keeps the juice from spilling on the ground. He places the aquacoat on his shoulder and walks to the burrow.
Great. Yeah.
Wow! Then Tacho pours the juice into one of the barrels. That is on the burrow's back. Since the barrels can hold a great deal of maguey juice, Tacho goes from plant to plant and drains the juice from each one with his aquacoat. This juice is popular in Mexico. Some Mexicans think it is rich in vitamins and give it to their children. Ooh. If the juice is left for a while, it becomes thick. Then it is called a pulque. Pulque is a favorite drink with Tacho's family, who feel it as a cool refreshment after a day's work. The barrels are filled and Tacho leaves the plantation.
Wow, that's great.
Look at all those plants.
Yeah.
He returns to his home in the village. His home is small. It only has one room with a dirt floor and no windows or chimney. Oh!
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Looks like it's made out of logs.
Yeah. It's made out of maguey leaves.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maguey leaves gathered from the plantation cover the roof and the sides of the house. Tacho's parents cut these leaves down to size with a machete and then attach them to the wooden frame of the house.
Okay. Wow.
Ooh. Tacho goes inside and sees that his sisters, Dolores and Margarita, are cooking. Dolores is making tortillas. A tortilla is a thin, flat cake that Tacho's family eats in place of bread. Dolores's tools for making tortillas are a grindstone and a rolling pin. Both are made of stone.
Yeah, look at that.
Ooh, making tortillas.
Yeah.
Dolores has softened the corn by soaking it in lime water overnight. Then she crushed it with the stone rolling pin. Finally, she added a little water to keep the corn damp and rolled it into dough. When the dough is smooth, she takes a handful and beats it with her hands. She does this until she has formed a round, thin cake. Then the tortilla is cooked. Her stove is an iron sheet which is resting on bricks piled up from the dirt floor. It takes only a few minutes for a tortilla to become golden brown and ready to eat. Tacho's family will cover a tortilla with different kinds of meats and cheeses, and then pour on a spicy sauce before eating it. They like highly seasoned food.
Wow.
Oh, we're almost done.
Mhm.
Tortillas.
Great.
Nice. And here's the dough.
Yeah, correct.
Tacho puts small pieces of meat and some beans on his tortilla, while Margarita waits to pour a sauce over it. This sauce is made with chili and chocolate. What? Why is it called spicy?
Mm-hmm. Chili and chocolate. That does not have sugar in it.
Oh.
It has chili.
Oh. Tacho's family likes chocolate and uses it to make delicious drinks and sauces. Ooh. After eating his tortilla, Tacho goes outside to help Philip feed the burros. But first he has a drink of water, for the chilies in the sauce have made him thirsty. He takes part of a maguey leaf and uses it as a cup to hold the water.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Whoa! There's some water from the maguey leaf.
So unique.
Yeah. Ooh. Tacho knows how to use the maguey plant in other ways. He takes its leaves and dries them in the sun. His sisters then can use these dry leaves as fuel for a fire.
Wow, fuel too? Great. Different uses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. The maguey is also given to the burros for food.
Wow.
Whoa, they have lots of uses.
Yes.
With this machete, Philip cuts off the thick outer skin of the maguey. The burros like to eat the inside of the plant.
Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah, it must be keeping them fresh and cool in the hot weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
After feeding the burros, the boys sit down near a patch of cacti and rest. This is the custom in Mexico to take a nap in the afternoon or when the sun is quite hot. This nap is called a siesta. Before taking a siesta, the boys pull their sombreros down to protect their faces from the sun and put on serapes.
Serapes.
A serape takes the place of a blanket or overcoat and is worn by the men. Whoa!
Yeah, look at them.
Hanging out by the cacti.
Yeah.
The cactus is a kind of thorny and prickly plant that has fitted itself to this hot, dry land. For when it does rain, the cactus is able to store the water in its stem. With this stored water, it then can live through seasons of little or no rainfall. The thorns on the cactus are useful because these sharp points protect the cactus from being eaten by animals.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That looks prickly. Many kinds of cacti are found in Mexico, and they are used in different ways. Tacho knows that the leaves of prickly pear cactus can be boiled and eaten. Its fruit, called tuna, is tasty if eaten with salt.
Wow.
Oh,
Lots of different uses of cacti too.
I didn't know that you could eat it.
Yeah.
The long, slender stems of the cane cactus also have a use. These stems are gathered by Tacho's family to make canes and other items that they sell at the market. After his siesta, Tacho gets up and stands next to a wall of cacti. Cacti have many different shapes and sizes. Some grow taller than Tacho, and others are so small that he can hardly see them.
Oh. Yeah, look at this one.
Whoa! Oh,
Yeah.
like it has some flowers.
Really cool.
After Philip finishes his siesta, he and Tacho go to get some water for their sisters. The boys take their burro and walk to the pond. Here they fill the steel barrels on the burro's back with buckets of water from the pond. Tacho becomes thirsty doing his work and stops to take a drink of water. He is careful not to disturb the surface of the cool, clear pond. The water is like a mirror and reflects Tacho's face. For a few minutes, he stares at his own reflection. Tacho doesn't often get a chance to see himself, for there is no mirror at home.
Oh, look at his reflection.
Yeah, he's seeing it like a real mirror.
Yeah.
While Philip returns to the village with the water, Tacho stops to talk with his sister Margarita. She is watching the family's goats so that none of the animals will stray from the herd. Goats are not hard to raise, for they can live on land too poor to raise other animals. They provide Tacho's family with milk.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Look at that
Oh,
little
so
kid.
cute! There's a mama.
Goat and goat kid.
Where's he going? One of the goats wanders from the herd into a cactus patch. Tacho goes after him, for he doesn't want the goat to get lost. Tacho loves animals. They are his companions in work and play. Ooh!
Wow.
To the prickly pear patch.
Yeah.
That looks scary. Tacho leaves Margarita and walks back to the village. On his way, he passes his grandmother's house and stops there to watch her make a pot. The art of making pottery has been handed down in Tacho's family from mother to daughter for many years. This grandmother needs only some clay, a flat stone, 2 wooden saucers, and water. Ooh.
Yeah, that's nice.
After Tacho's grandmother has mixed a little water with the clay, she rolls the damp clay on a flat stone. Then she takes the clay and molds it by hand. One hand beats the inside. The other hand taps lightly on the outside. The clay becomes hollow like a hat. Woo! Looking like a bowl already.
Yeah.
Now his grandmother feels the clay mold to make sure the thickness of its sides are even. She places the clay mold on 2 saucers that have been put upside down. Then she spins the mold around and around. And with each spin, the mold turns faster and faster. Soon it puffs out under the pressure of her hands. Whoa!
Oh, yeah, look at that.
It's kind of looking like a giant bowl. The shape of the pot is formed. Now a grandmother adds a roll of clay to the pot. She works with this clay until it is firmly attached to the top of the pot. Ooh.
Yeah, look at that.
She's adding that and turns it this. Let's see what it looks like now. Whoa!
Yeah.
It's curved out.
Really nice.
Once again, she puts the clay mold on the saucers and turns it with her hands. The rim of the pot is soon formed. When the rim is finished, the pot is ready to be put in the oven. The heat of the oven will bake the soft clay pot until it becomes hard. Whoa!
Yeah.
Tacho's grandmother usually decorates her pots. However, she only uses certain colors and designs on them. Then she can always organize the pots. Recognize the pots she has made. She spends a lot of her time making pottery. The ones her family doesn't need are usually sold to tourists at the market.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Tacho leaves his grandmother's house before the pot is done. He doesn't want to miss the rodeo.
Yeah, miss the rodeo. Oh, look at that pot.
Wow, it looks real. This is the day that all the cowboys from this region of Mexico come to compete in contests of riding and roping. Wow.
Yeah.
Tacho likes to go to the rodeo, for he likes to see the cowboys perform their daring tricks.
Wow.
Whoa. The cowboys get on their horses and ride after a bull that has been let loose in the ring. They keep their lassos ready to throw over the bull. Wow, they're chasing a bull.
Yeah.
One cowboy gets close to the bull. He throws his lasso. It gets over the bull's head and slips around his neck. Quickly, the cowboy pulls on it to make it tight. Now the bull is caught and brought to the ground. The cowboy keeps the lasso tight while two men tie a rope around the bull's middle.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Yeah. Look at that.
Elvia, Tacho's cousin, climbs on the bull and picks up the rope tied around the animal. Then he gives a signal to release the lasso. The lasso is removed, and the bull gets up from the ground. He jumps, runs, stops, and starts, for he wants to throw the rider off his back. Whoa! Elvia must ride on the bull for 3 minutes to win. The crowd loudly cheers for him as he passes by, but Elvia does not pay any attention to them. He is too busy trying to stay on as the bull tries to throw him off. Elvia stays on for the 3 minutes and wins.
Wow.
Whoa!
Look at him. Yeah.
Trying. There are other contests in the ring. The cowboys ride horses bareback, rope calves, and twirl their lassos in fancy tricks for the crowd.
Oh, that's amazing.
After all the cowboys have performed, the rodeo comes to an end, but Tacho stays in the ring. Someday he wants to perform like the cowboys did. He looks at one of the horses. This animal seems very tall and stirrups very long, but Tacho wants to get on him.
Yeah.
He puts his foot into the stirrup. Then he grabs the saddle and pulls himself up on the horse. This isn't the right way to get on the horse, but Tacho is too eager to care.
Oh, look at him. Yeah.
Whoa. Tacho feels brave once he is on and tries to do a trick. He carefully stands up on the horse. Luckily for Tacho, the horse is gentle and quietly waits for his rider to sit down. Otherwise, Tacho could have found himself on the ground rather than on a horse.
Yeah, so the horse is gentle.
Yep. Tacho knows a cowboy must also be able to twirl a lasso. Whenever he gets a chance, Tacho practices using the lasso with his brother, Philip. This time, Philip twirls the lasso around himself while Tacho tries to enter the lasso's circle without touching it. Both of the boys feel proud when they can do this trick.
Wow.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Spinning a lasso. Oh!
Oh.
The sun is beginning to disappear behind the hills, and Tacho and Philip go home. They put their sombreros and
Serapes.
serapes on and sit in front of a patch of cacti. The boys have had a busy day and are tired. They soon fall asleep. Someday, Tacho hopes to know how to ride the bulls and horses bareback and how to twirl a lasso. When he can do all these tricks, then he will ride his horse into the ring and perform for the people. Tacho dreams of the day when he will be a cowboy. Whoa!
Mm-hmm. Really nice book.
Yep. The end. Tacho, Boy of Mexico. Did you like this story, everyone? Give a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye.